Hi everyone, it's Michelle Zanovich, the team leader of the Stamping Bee, and I'm here today to bring you 4 amazing samples that you can use for your own classes or for your personal use using my favorite bundle out of the 2020 January to June mini catalog. And I'm talking about the Honeybee bundle. Because my team is the Stamping Bee, this one, of course, just jumped out at me as soon as I saw it, and I knew I had to have it. So today we're making 4 cards, like I said, and we're going to start with the most simple and work our way to the more challenging. All right, so this is a class that you can use with everybody from beginners to casual to avid stampers. Let's get started. The first card I have for you today is very simple, and we're just going to stamp our sentiment and then build our layers. I have a Whisper White card base, and of course all the measurements are already included in my tutorial. Now you might want to take your bone folder and just give those creases one more shot, okay? And I'm looking for my adhesive. I thought I had everything here. Okay, so I do use Fast Fuse, but you're welcome to use Snail or a Tombow or your adhesive of choice. I have just a few spools of Fast Fuse left, and I am going to go ahead and use them all up. So build your layers. And this one's going to go right here. Oh, before you do, we're going to stick this behind there, okay? And if you need a little bit more, if you feel that you need a little more adhesive, here's a neat trick. Take your glue dot and take your pick tool and put it on the edge of your glue dot and press and roll until you have that. And then you can slide it off, and you can just stick that right behind that honeycomb and no one will see. And it will just hold it right there, okay? Now you need your ribbon. Oh, I hope I have enough left on my spool. Okay. This card actually has a bow. All right, so my trick for bows is to cut a length and again, using your glue dots. Oops. Give it a good press because this lace doesn't always pick them up. Okay. Now I'm going to cover that seam, okay? And then take another length of ribbon, thread it up. And for my purposes, I always tie with the card front upside down because that's the way I want my ties to face. And tying a bow with this ribbon can sometimes be a little funky, but just work with it, it's fine, okay? And then trim your ends to your desired length. And if that's too big, you know, before you pull it too tight, just pull your ends a little bit more, okay? And then this one says celebrate every moment. And everything we're stamping today is in Tuxedo Black Memento ink to match our celebration paper. All right, so I'll give it a shot on the side, and I'm just going to stamp that right here on my card. And then once it's all done, we'll just adhere it to our card front. Okay, and you may decide at that point if those ends are too long, but I kind of like them that way. It adds a little festive look. So there's card number 1. Card number 2 features this pretty honeybee that is cut out of gold foil, some designer series paper, and we're going to get a little messy. We're going to splatter, okay? So I'm going to set that aside. And again, if we've got your bone folder, go ahead and adhere your layers. Don't you love this paper? I mean, look at those bees. It was really hard to cover that up and use these little honeycombs. Okay, now I didn't get all of those pieces, so just take your pokey tool and poke them out. And some of the ladies, I actually ran this as a class, as a test class on Sunday. I used it as my Sweet and Simple class, and some of the ladies actually left some of the pieces in. They liked the look. So it's completely up to you. I am going for more of a delicate lace wing look on here, so I'll get all those pieces out. And it doesn't take long. When you're running this through your die cutting machine, you can make sure that it gets a good die cut by running it through frontwards and back. Okay. Now, before we do any more, let's get messy. I have my So Saffron. You can use Daffodil Delight, whatever you like. I just grabbed this one. And you know what? I'm going to take this liner, which is this clear envelope, and I'm going to drop, you can use a clear envelope, you can use your silicone mat, whatever you like. I'm going to drop, oops, that was 4 drops of So Saffron. And again, if you want Daffodil Delight, I think that's what I put on there. I just happened to grab that. All right, and you can see that this is already yellow because we used it on Sunday and I didn't clean it off. You're going to squeeze your Wink of Stella a few times, right? And get some of that. Oh, come on. Oh, that's my empty one. I can hear it. Can't you hear it? All right. Well, that one's done. And it looks like someone walked off with my other one. So, I always have one on hand, don't you? I mean, can you imagine life without Wink of Stella? Please, no. All right. So if you're new and just using Wink of Stella, you know, I shake it the first time. And then remember to take off that black ring, throw that in the trash, put your cap back on, and you're good to go. Twist it back on. Awesome. All right, now this is going to need primed a little bit because it's brand new. And I'm just going to let a few of those drops drop out, and then I'm going to take, because this is brand new, I'm going to take some of that and mix it to my desired color. Look at that. Oh, isn't that gorgeous? Okay, this is so much fun. Now, you've got your Wink of Stella loaded up, right? And you've got your card front. And we're going to splatter all the way around. So just flick down, not out. If you flick this way, you're going to get your entire work area totally messy. All right, and you can use as much or as little as you like. Just remember to splatter down. I'm just giving it a good flick. Okay, just, you know, think of when you were thumping your little sister or your kids, you know, in church. Give them a thump so they know what they're supposed to be doing. All right, not that I would ever do that. No. Okay, and then you could paint your puppy because that's going to get your brush clean. But don't worry too much because we're going to come back and use that again on another card. So while that's drying, I feel like I'm on the cooking channel. While that's in the oven, you're going to take your honeybee and those glue dots again. And I want you just to roll up a few using your take your pick tool. You can use liquid adhesive, but if you're like me, I'm a little heavy-handed with my adhesive and it would get everywhere, okay? And I don't want it to. So I'm really just putting some adhesive down where no one will see it and where it will stay. And I can see right here that I didn't get that piece poked out. And you don't need a lot. All right, and actually, that's all I'm gonna put on there. It's so light. I'm gonna put it at a little angle like it's flying around, okay? Now on this, I didn't tie a bow. Oh, and it's crunkled. That's okay, we don't need it. I'm gonna cut a length. I'm gonna wrap it around. And just tie a knot over on the side. Tying a knot with this is a lot easier than tying a bow. So don't be afraid. To just tie a knot. Okay? This dries very fast. It's not quite dry yet. So let's add some dimensionals to the back of our square. And please use enough. There's nothing worse than making a card and thinking, oh, I'll be frugal with dimensionals. Now you can be frugal with cardstock and you can be frugal with other things, but don't be frugal with dimensionals. You know, when it sags in the middle, it just doesn't have enough. It looks like you spent all this time and then ran out. And it's so disappointing. I don't want you to be disappointed in your projects. And I don't want your customers to be disappointed. So teach them to use dimensionals. They're inexpensive. Okay, then I set this again at an angle. And Memento ink down here in the right-hand corner, thinking of you, sweet friend. Now this could be an all-occasion card, okay? Stamp it down here in this corner. And there you have card number 2, okay? And if you want, you could kind of bend those wings just a little so they stick up, which looks really cool, but if you're gonna put it in an envelope, right? So there's that. Set that aside. All right, are we having fun? I am. I love these cards. Let's see what I've got next. Let's do this one. Oh, and I don't have a sample to show you. I don't know where it went, so we're gonna wing it. Let's see if I remember what it looks like. All right, be very careful when you unpack this. There are 2 gold foil hearts. Set those aside. Okay, now, I've got some pieces. You should have a, what is that called? A beehive. Whew, sorry. And that fits right in there. And I'm going to show you how to use that, stamp that with your Stamparatus. Here we have some honeycomb paper. So this honeycomb paper is going to be adhered together. I had some new stampers with me on Sunday, and they had never done the Wink of Stella flick before. Oh my goodness. Oh, you know what, guys? That's the same length. So I'm just going to give mine a little trim. Make sure you get your edges lined up. That's what happens when I don't have a picture. Okay. They are the same length, so they should go straight across. And that's what we're going to do here. All right. We've got to stamp that beehive, though. So grab your Stamparatus. I was using this today already. And I would like you to put that negative with the hole already cut in your Stamparatus. And then grab your beehive. And you're going to put this, oh, I don't have my sticker on that one. Okay, and you can feel it in there. You can feel how that fits right in your negative. Close it up. Now, put your die cut back in your negative space, okay? Take your Memento ink and ink up your beehive. You see what I'm doing? I'm trying to get everything on camera, and I only have so much space. All right, and then I think I moved it somehow. Close your, whoopsie. All right, put that back in there. Stay. And you see how I somehow didn't get the center of that? That's okay. And it's not a very black image either. So now, because you've got your Stamparatus, go ahead, re-ink it. And close it again. All right. Good enough for demonstration purposes. I did move my die cut, so it didn't turn out as well as I had hoped, but that is because I did move it, and I recognize that. So note 2, don't do as I say, not as I do, right? And I'm looking for my chamois, and I don't know about you, but my chamois disappears like every time I turn around. So I'm just gonna move that out of the way. And hope, like really hope, I don't stick it. Stick something in it. Okay. In your stamp set, you have wishing you sunshine and happiness. Okay, this is going to get stamped in the top right-hand corner. And I'm going to put this kind of here just to give me an idea of where I'd like that to go. Ooh. Again, for demonstration purposes, okay? You can cover that up with a heart or something later, okay? And I'm out of ribbon. You've got to be kidding me. I keep spares on hand. This is one ribbon I never run out of. And if I do, oh my goodness, I think the world's gonna come to an end. It's so versatile, as you'll see with Angela and Sarah's projects. You just can't go wrong with it. And again, I'm just tying a knot. My beehive is going to be propped up with dimensionals. Okay. And then our little hearts are with glue dots. And that one's so small, just take it and roll it and stick it on the back. Okay? Just pretend I did that very well. Sorry about that. Okay, wishing you sunshine and happiness. This final card is a lot of fun. Again, we're going to splatter, and then we're going to use our Stamparatus, and we just build our layers, okay? Whoops. That's the one we just did, sorry. Here's this one. So you will find that you have the flower, the small bee, and the large bee. And then a piece of honeycomb. And your beehive. All right, and that's an extra piece. I don't know why that's in there. So the first thing I think that we should do is splatter so that that has a chance to dry. So again, I'm just gonna pick up my Wink of Stella over here and just splatter my card front. This really is fun. And do as little or as much as you want. Okay, I set that aside. And clean your Wink of Stella by painting something. Okay. It really does clean. I promise. Okay. If you need to, press a few drops through just to clean it out. And then see, it's running clear. Well, maybe just a little bit of yellow left. All right. I am going to throw that away before I make a mess. All right, transition. Don't look at my dirty table. Ta-da! Okay, you need your Stamparatus again. And now you have a negative image. And this is what I was playing with, can you tell? So you need your large honeybee. You need to find the stamp set that you just had in your hand. Oh my goodness. There it is. The small honeybee. And the flower. Make sure you grab the right one because there's two. See, that's the wrong one. Can't be the wrong one. Might be the wrong one. Good morning. You should drink more coffee before you do a video. Okay, close it up. Find your 3 die cuts. I never was very good at spatial. When I started doing cards, my mom laughed at me. Especially when I started doing like boxes and stuff. She's like, you can't do that. Okay, then ink everything up at once. Stay. Okay. Then I have my Daffodil Delight Blends markers here. And if that bee's a little wonky like mine, it'll be all right because we're gonna hide it anyways. And on the flower, I want light daffodil. And on the wings of the large bumblebee, I want light. Just a little color. You don't have to do the whole thing. And on his body, dark. And the same thing on this one. You know why that bumblebee didn't turn out? Because I put him in the thing upside down. Yep, that's exactly what I did. That's pretty funny. So you can fix that, but I know you don't want to watch me do that again. So I'm going to have an upside down bumblebee. Okay. Take the length of ribbon. Tie this. In a knot. And then dimensionals. Now I put a couple up here on top. Because that's going to hold that. Okay. Then my bumblebee, my baby bee, put him back here. And look, nobody's gonna know he's upside down because I hid it. You can always fix a mistake, so don't be afraid. And just think, if you're having a class for the first time and you're worried that you might make a mistake, just remember what I do. Just laugh it off. No one's gonna care. They're having fun. That's all that really matters. On this one, I'm gonna take a little glue dot. I think we beat ourselves up to be perfectionists. And that's not what this is about. This is about having fun, getting together with friends, getting together with new people and making new friends, and just having fun and being creative. There's no right way and there's no wrong way to do this. And you can go back and add more color if you feel that you need to. Okay, now this card does not have a sentiment. You can add one, but I thought I would just leave it in my stash because you never know when you're just going to need a card. And have you ever found a card in your stash and you're like, oh, that'd be perfect, but it says the wrong thing? So they don't all need a sentiment. So again, 4 cards that you can use for your own purposes, for your team, or for your own classes. I really enjoyed using the Honeybee Suite or bundle with you today. If you have any questions, please let me know. You can contact me at michelle@makingmemorieswithmichelle.com or drop me a note on Facebook. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.